Now, I am a product of the 20th century. I was born in 1992. I have a tendency to like things left over from the 90s, the 80s, and especially the early 2000s, which was definitively my childhood era. And so I'm often on social media, usually Instagram. You can follow me on there if you want at Super Koopa TV. And I follow a lot of the 80s and 90s retro pages, which have a lot of just sort of fun memory lane moments, whether it's media or certain things that we did, and like just fun nostalgic things. And often what you will see happen is people will be talking about how much better things were back in the day. That'll always come up in discussion, and there will always be one jerk who comes along with a woke mentality saying, oh yeah, those old days were so good with all of their racism and sexism and blah, 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 blah. So here you've got all these people just sharing good memories together. And somebody has to come in and remind everybody that human beings tend to suck. Because we don't hear that today all the time. Here's what annoys me about this mentality. It is the smugness of we're better than you guys were back in the day, or we're better than those people were back in the day. And that's how media is produced today, is we're better than those who came before us. And those who were making stuff back then have to recant of what they did and do new stuff that is more socially aware, for lack of a better term. And it's absolutely nonsensical. You've got all these people who are having shared memories either from childhood or teenage years or even young adult years at that time, and just enjoying the goodness of that era, despite the fact that, yes, bad things happened during those eras. But you've always got somebody who gets offended by the idea that people say that that time period had better entertainment or better food or better whatever it is. Oh, you're just stupid. You're just nostalgia blind. You hear that a lot. Oh, I can't believe how ignorant and nostalgia blind you people are. Somebody actually said that. And I laughed at them for it. Because it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. If you can go back and watch a movie today that was made in 1992, the year I was born, and you like it just as much now as you did then, you're not nostalgia blind. You might notice new things because you're older, if you were a kid back then. But you're not nostalgia blind. Enjoyment of entertainment is largely timeless, and if there's good entertainment, it tends to be timeless, which is something these people don't understand. They don't understand a lot of things, but they really don't understand that nostalgia isn't just a thing that blinds people. Nostalgia is based on good experiences that were had during the time. Yes, some things don't hold up very well. That is true of anything. But a lot of things do. And a lot of people enjoy it authentically, and that bothers them because they want today to be this sort of socialist, Marxist utopia where everybody gets along of all stripes and nobody's discriminated against and blah, 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 blah. Things that human beings will never be. This stupid cult mentality of creating a utopia on Earth that can never exist. One that's environmentally conscious and racially conscious and gender conscious and sexuality, all of that. All of that. It'll never exist. And these people won't have been the first to try. They're just one of the more aggressive in human history, and it's really getting annoying. People are just trying to enjoy themselves and escape. And they can't even do that because you've got these people coming along having to constantly remind people of how evil they think the past was. Oh, you can say, well, you can just ignore them, Koopa. It's not that big of a deal. Well, here's the thing. You can ignore them, but they're still popping up. They're still making their presence known, and they're still trying to insert themselves into the conversation with things that nobody wants to talk about at that time. Things that people are not focused on. It's absolutely absurd. Look, you are allowed to enjoy the past regardless of the modern popular view of it. It doesn't matter what it is. If you enjoyed it then and you enjoy it now, then good for you, and that's fine. But there's a lot of people who can't accept that. Mostly people who weren't born during that time, who are looking through the past with a critical lens. That is a horrible mistake people make, is looking through the past with a critical lens that they themselves did not experience. So they don't know the joy of what people experienced, despite all of the other bad things that happen. They don't know that. They don't understand that. They weren't a part of that clique. They're jealous that they weren't a part of that in many cases. And so they're bitter. Well, so what? Create good times for yourself today. That's what a lot of people are trying to do. If they can't get good times from Hollywood because it preaches down to them so much, then they go to alternative entertainment. And that makes the woke people very angry. Because people go away to alternatives, they find enjoyment, and all of a sudden it's, oh, well, you only enjoy this stuff because it's racist, it's sexist, and they'll accuse you of everything under the sun. That bothers them. Doesn't bother me. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap about your perceived racism or rather your accusations of racism, of sexism, of homophobia, of misogyny, of whatever it is. Your accusations mean nothing. Nothing. At the end of the day, they mean zero. Absolutely zero. Because I enjoy entertainment as I enjoy entertainment, and that's all that matters. Just like if you enjoy something that I think is trash, so be it. I'm not going to trash you for it. I'm not going to say anything to you about it other than fair enough. There are some people who have to be jerks about that. I'm not that type of guy. I don't care what you enjoy as long as you enjoy it. If I think it's garbage, I think it's garbage. If you think what I like is garbage, so be it. That doesn't affect my enjoyment of a thing. But it's just ridiculous because you see this is such a cult mentality that pops up. And you wonder why these people even bother. Why would you go into a comment section of a place where people are trying to enjoy something and you know they don't agree with you on the social climate of the time, and they don't want to hear about how bad you think the social climate is of the time? Why would you even bother speaking up? Why would you bother saying anything and wasting everybody else's time? Because you're so starved for attention. Because you don't have authentic community. Maybe because the community you have of people is so bitter about the world and the fact that the world won't change to be more woke. Just a theory. But regardless of what the reason is, it's becoming more prevalent, and it's one of the reasons why people are so tired of the culture war. Because we can't have culture anymore. It has to be woke culture. If it's not woke culture, then it's completely unacceptable. If Hollywood makes something that goes against that narrative, it'll get lampooned by every single news website under the sun and by all of Twitter. Something makes something that's politically incorrect, it gets lampooned all the time. The Blind by Phil Robertson came out, the Phil Robertson story, which is a very powerful movie. But because it's a Christian movie with more Christian conservative type values, people have attacked it. They've attacked it. It's not just, it's baseline criticism of the way it was filmed or acted. No. It's because of the principles that it espouses offend people. And that's where we're at today. It's all so tiring, guys. It really is. Just let people enjoy things. What is that meme of shush, just let people enjoy things? I think that's starting to apply more and more and more because people are so embittered that not everything goes according to the worldview that they see as absolutely essential for humanity to move forward. That's why it's a cult mentality. I think wokeism is absolutely a cult. There's no question about it. And people say, well, what about you guys? All you ever do is complain about wokeism. Not true. I talk about things I like on this channel all the time. All the time. But then you get the same response from people. Oh, well, you like this thing that's racist, that's sexist, that's homophobic, or whatever. So you can't win. You absolutely cannot win. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. You cannot enjoy things for what they are. You're constantly being brigaded by these people. It's just endless. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. God bless. Have a good one. Peace.